Kunal, Nooresh, hi morning. Kunal, before the index, let's talk about IT since we were on the subject. What do you think IT is going to do next? Because, going into the earnings, some of these stocks have taken a bit of a backseat. TCS, for instance, has consolidated for 2 days. But the numbers, the buyback is not at par with what the street was expecting for TCS. Do you think that's going to call the shot for the rest of the IT pack as well? And are we going to now see, the move up in IT rewind itself?
Good morning, Aisha. So I don't believe that we may see a major rewind on the IT stocks, and especially the move which you've seen for many of the larger cap names. Many of the large cap stocks have actually done pretty well for themselves, and I'm talking of it from the September 2022 lows, when I think, for example, TCS was at 3,000, 3,100 levels, and Infosys was around, 1,100, 1,200 mark. So I think from that point of time, these stocks have done reasonably well for themselves, rising up very slowly and gradually towards a 30%, 20% kind of a return for themselves. Now, yes, on the short-term charts, for example, yesterday, the candlestick pattern, the price action for the Nifty IT index selling off from the day's high and closing very near to the day's low yesterday indicates that there may be some bit of short-term weakness. But even the last, I think on the IT index specifically, on the last 2 or 3 months, we've seen that the IT index has taken a bounce at the 50-day moving average. So even in that scenario, I would believe that retracement towards that average should be actually taken as a good buying opportunity.
Okay, a buy on dips if there is a retracement at all. That's the call coming in IT. Nooresh, hi morning. What about the index? 2 days of a very swift-paced recovery. Do you think it's going to hit a hurdle anytime soon?
So, say overall the momentum is positive, the trend is up, but we'll keep seeing reactions as per results over the next 2 to 4 weeks. So as of now, the bias is positive. We may take a little bit of a hit today due to, say, a gap down in TCS. But overall, a short-term base has been done at 19,300. And going forward, 19,500 should act as a support. And on the upside, we can again go back and test 20,200, 20,300. So that's the view right now. Closer to 19,600, 650 is where you want to buy on a dip. Overall, continue to hold, have a positive stance on the Nifty. And we are starting to see some bit of recovery in the heavyweights like Reliance Industries, HDFC Bank trying to make a recovery. Kotak Mahindra Bank made a recovery in the last 2 sessions. So if any of the heavyweights start taking a trending move, we could get a much easier start on the upside.
Kunal, I also want to follow up on Bank Nifty, because if you compare Nifty's trading action, after gap up we maintained bulk of the gains, but Bank Nifty was underperforming. In fact, in the last hour trade, it came slightly on the lower side as well. What levels are you watching out for on Bank Nifty?
So, Ajay, I believe 45,000 broadly is a major resistance point for Bank Nifty, and I look at it this way, that the recent high for Bank Nifty was around 46,200, 46,400 for the banking index. This was in the month of September. We made a low which was around 43,800 mark, which means there's been a distribution of almost 2,400 to 600 points for the Bank Nifty, and that's where we look out for midpoint of this range. That's 45,000 approximately for the Bank Nifty. Now, this becomes a major hurdle, retracement, psychological mark, as well as a major resistance for the Bank Nifty. And I think that's where I would believe that the impetus for the Bank Nifty would probably intensify if we expect and if we see the 45,000 mark being taken out. Because I think that could be a decisive indicator that the Bank Nifty is not just making a comeback for itself, but then it's getting back into the line of possible outperformance or ending its zone of underperformance.
All right, let's find out those individuals.